So, Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 14 premiered last night, titled Today and Tomorrow. If you have not seen the episode, I'm going to be talking about full spoilers in this review. So, if you do want to watch it, spoiler warning, but if you don't, watch the video. So, let's get started. So the episode kicks off and we actually get to see Morgan talking with Jenny and Dwayne on camera to Al, and we see him talking. It looks like it's spaced over a couple of days, and he's just talking and talking and talking. Everything he can think of saying to her, he's just saying it about Dwayne and Jenny, and it was actually brilliant because we haven't, even on The Walking Dead, we haven't really seen much of him talking about it, and in the back half of this season, he's been talking about them a fair bit, so it's been good to kind of see. But what also something actually has to happen in this episode. They run into this guy, I think his name was Tom, and he says, "Oh, we had this community. It was kind of taken over by this group, which was the group that took over the oil fields last week." And he says, "I just want my sister." So they go in to try and help get his sister back, which causes a whole bit of uproar. So they go in there and they're kind of battling around trying to find her. They come across some girl in a kind of cupboard, and they think Morgan's like, "Oh, I think that was her." It wasn't her. But then as that's happening, Al is walking through a room, all this maps and everything. She's recording everything. So now they've kind of got a bit of leeway to find out where their bases are, which is probably going to come in handy if they plan this out right. But Althea only really wanted to go there because she thought the girl from, I think it was episode 5 of the season, from the group that took Rick, was connected to this. In fairness, I thought it was as well. I thought she was connected to it. But no, she even says to the woman, I think her name was Victoria. She says, "You guys have helicopters." And she goes, "Seriously? We only got oil yesterday. How could we have helicopters?" And then while Morgan and Al are doing their thing, we see that Grace and Daniel are out doing their own separate thing where they're going out getting supplies, which was probably one of my biggest complaints about the season. Is like all they're focusing on is oil. Do they not care about food and water and all that? But no, we actually see Daniel and Grace going out and they've got a huge truck full of stuff. And she, at one stage, we see her trying to get solar panels for wherever they find a new home. They're going to need solar panels for electricity. So it was kind of good to see that they actually are kind of thinking about this kind of stuff. But anyways, they kind of course, they run into some walkers. Their car breaks down because they run out of petrol. So the car breaks down. They have to run. Walkers come, so they get stranded in a bar. But Daniel has all these records he got from a record store because he wants to play them for Charlie. But the walkers destroy them. Then Daniel and Grace decide to have a sing along. So Grace plays the guitar. Daniel sings as well as Grace singing, and it seems like they're having a pretty good time until Morgan contacts her and says, "I need to talk to you." And she does not look good. She is sweating. She looks so sickly, and I think this is the end. I don't think episode 15 be her death. I think they're going to drag it out to episode 16. So Grace would be our season death, which I kind of predicted from the start of the season when she said she doesn't have much time left. I knew we'd see her again, and I knew she'd be the season death. I kind of am really a massive fan of Al. I think the whole thing I don't like about her is the whole story angle, that everything she does, she puts her life in so much danger all the time because she just has to get that story, and I find it so irritating and as well just so repetitive that I don't really enjoy that aspect. But when they get captured, Victoria comes in, she starts giving them all this stuff and all this positive stuff, the same kind of gist that she kind of gave the or half the group last week, but they don't take it again. She says, "Okay, you're free to go." So they go off, but they give them back their weapons, and we see that they have a carpenter there who actually fixed Morgan's staff. So Morgan's staff is fixed now. It's exactly the way it used to be, and it was kind of good to see because I was kind of getting sick of looking at a half broken staff. To see him having proper staff again, I was kind of happy to see. And like I said, we got the confirmation that this group is not connected to the group that took Rick, which I'm kind of glad about because I don't want to see this woman who I'm not really a massive fan of. I think maybe if they gave her a different kind of accent, she would have been a better villain. But the fact that she sounds like that, she doesn't really come across as threatening as she should have. So to find out that she's not the person who actually took Rick, that Rick's been gone for 6 years because of this woman, I'm kind of glad to see. I think the person who took Rick has to be a really big, imposing character to actually be able to hold Rick Grimes away for 6 years. So I'm glad it's not her. I was kind of speculating maybe it could be, but I was glad in the end it wasn't her because it's Rick Grimes. Someone's got to be pretty big and badass to hold him back from seeing his family. Overall, I really enjoyed the episode. I was kind of surprised that Fears had 2 good episodes in a row because they haven't done that so far this season. But I enjoyed the episode. I'm finding it hard to actually kind of think of stuff to say in this episode because stuff happened with Morgan and Althea, but nothing actually really happened with Daniel and Grace. Kind of their story just kind of it was just them kind of hanging out really. Like I enjoyed it, but it didn't really happen. And as well, even with Morgan and Al, like stuff happened, but not really a lot happened. So even though I enjoyed the episode, just not a lot happened enough to actually talk about. But I enjoyed the episode overall. It's not as good as last week's. I think maybe it's the third, fourth best episode of the season, because 1 and 2 I think were, from memory, they were good episodes of the season. But I did enjoy the episode. Let me know if you enjoyed the episode down below. Click subscribe to see all my other Fear the Walking Dead videos and my new videos. And as always, thanks for watching.